Arsenal 3, Coventry City 0. Post-match review and player ratings. Welcome back to Black Maggot Media, the heartbeat of the game. Arsenal have started their Premier League title defense in emphatic fashion, defeating newly promoted Coventry City 3-0 at the Emirates. I'm so happy that in our pre-match preview, for those who didn't watch the pre-match preview, you can prove me wrong or prove me right by going to the previous video and then you listen to my predictions about this game. When I saw the game at 3-0, I was like, I wish this comes to pass according to the predictions made by Black Maggot Media podcast. So the final results came the way we predicted. What does this teach us? Subscribe, like the video, share, and always follow Black Maggot Media for more updates and predictions. So it was such a performance full of control, attacking quality, and some very encouraging individual displays. Arsenal have started the Premier League title defense. They are playing as champions. They are showing all the quality that they have, defeating a newly promoted Coventry City 3-0. When you look at the history or the analysis of Coventry City last season as they were being promoted to Premier League, they had 95 points and they scored 97 goals. So this was not just, Arsenal didn't just go there to collect points on a silver plate. I've heard some people say that Coventry is easy, any team can beat Coventry, Arsenal should not brag because they have beaten a small team. My dear, Coventry City is not a small team. Having 95 points and you are defeating the second by 11 points, the one following you by 11 points, meaning they were in great form. So a match is a match, a game is a game. Arsenal now have 3 points in their store, and of course they are now on top of the table with 3 points and 3 goals. Another clean sheet for David Raya. That's already one. Last season he won about, I'm not sure of the clean sheets he won last season. You can drop the number of clean sheets he won last season in the comment section area, and I thank you for that. For those who are watching this video, I thank you and I salute you. Please subscribe, share the video such that we can grow together. So today we are going through the match, the biggest talking points, and most importantly, our Arsenal player ratings. So if you are an Arsenal supporter, make sure you like the podcast, subscribe to Black Maggot Media, turn on the notification, and stay with us for full breakdown. This is not only for Arsenal supporters to subscribe, even you who is watching this video, because we always bring here news about all teams, just like Tottenham. We talked about Tottenham targeting or planning to raid Man City with the signing of two players, that was Mamosh and Savinho, of which they have finished the signing of Savinho. That's already here we go. Fabrizio Romano confirmed to us that Savinho is a complete deal. So they are looking up to sign Gakpo and Mamosh. So also brought stories about Manchester United. So what does this teach us? This podcast is for all teams, all round. So it is not only for Arsenal fans. So don't run away, stay put, and let's continue with the podcast. It is Arsenal 3, Coventry City 0. Match ratings. So Arsenal came into this match as defending Premier League champions, while Coventry were returning to the top flight after a long absence. we told you in the previous video that Coventry City had spent 25 years without qualifying for Premier League. So now that they are back, having spent all that time, of course they were lacking experience and they thought they were too good. But of course, coming to meet Premier League teams, it's not easy to play against them. Arsenal came into this match as defending Premier League champions, and from the opening minutes, Arsenal looked determined to make a statement. The breakthrough arrived in the 15th minute when Kai Havertz finished from a close range after excellent work from Ricardo Calafiori. A pass from Christos Zolis to Ricardo Calafiori, and then of course the finisher, who was Kai Havertz, who scored the first goal of the Premier League. And just minutes later, Bukayo Saka made it 2-0, finishing it after a rapid response attacking move. That second goal completely changed the completion of the game. Coventry now had to chase the match, while Arsenal could use their technical quality to control possession and dictate the tempo. After the interval, Arsenal delivered the knockout blow. Martin Odegaard scored in 49th minute, finding the bottom corner after a move involving Ben White. Martin Odegaard. I think Martin Odegaard is back to his form, because when you look at the post-match preview yesterday after the game, he praised that he continues staying in his form. For those who watched World Cup, you saw how Martin Odegaard performed in Norway. So I wish he brings this. I wish he comes back to his form, but of course it is injuries that disturbed him. The goal he scored Gigi Donnarumma against Manchester City in Community Shield. It was such a fantastic goal. In almost the same style, the goal he scored Coventry City yesterday. He scores like a class. This reminds me of Mesut Ozil, the era of Mesut Ozil in Arsenal, the type of goals he scored. So Martin Odegaard scored the third goal. He made it 3-0, and of course Coventry City almost lost their confidence. So they did threaten occasionally, particularly later in the match, but Arsenal's superiority was clear. The final statistics tell the story. Arsenal recorded an expected goal figure of around 1.8 compared with Coventry City, which recorded 0.28, while Coventry City managed only 4 touches inside Arsenal's penalty area. Only 4 touches. But when you look at how many touches Arsenal had in Coventry City's penalty area, they were about 19. I'm not sure of the touches Arsenal had there. Let me be specific. So now let's get into player ratings. These are Black Maggot Media player ratings, informed by the performances and the ratings published by outlets including ESPN, Football London, and Match Reports. Let's begin with the clean-sheeted goalkeeper in 3 seasons since he joined Arsenal. I'm talking about David Raya, the goalkeeper of Arsenal, who started in yesterday, and of course he has far played 2 games of this season, Community Shield and against Coventry City. Of course he has kept those clean sheets, where Arsenal has scored 6 goals so far. Against Man City 3, against Coventry 3. Let's wait and see in the next match against Aston Villa whether they will be able to keep a clean sheet, whether they will be able to score over 2.5 goals. So David Raya, I give David Raya 7 out of 10. he almost had nothing to do. So a relatively quiet evening for Arsenal's goalkeeper. Coventry didn't create enough clear opportunities to seriously test him, but Raya remained composed and reliable whether Arsenal needed him or not. I tell you, in that game, even though it was Kepa Arrizabalaga, he would have kept it a clean sheet, because unless the other game, there is a header which was brought in. It was, of course, that was one of the, I think that is the only shot they had on target, out of 4. Out of 4 shots on target, they had 1. The rest out. The rest went out. David Raya give David Raya 7 out of 10. Ben White, a very encouraging performance from Ben White. He was comfortable defensively, supported the attack and provided the assist for Odegaard's 3rd goal. His understanding with Odegaard and Saka on the right side was particularly important. That's why I was clear on this podcast that I don't support Arsenal to sell Ben White. Why? Because Ben White has a very good composure with Bukayo Saka. They play in very well compared to Julian Timber. Julian Timber and Bukayo Saka, they don't give you the same quality as that of Ben White and Bukayo Saka. So Ben White and Bukayo Saka played in more games, and they know how to operate. You find when Ben White goes to occupy the right flank, Bukayo Saka enters inside. So they know how to position themselves. Ben White, Bukayo Saka, and Martin Odegaard. They make a very good formation. Nevertheless, according to ratings, I give Ben White 8 out of 10, with an assist, of course. Mosquera, the man, Christian Mosquera. A composed performance. He produced a composed performance. A composed performance, and of course, being that a composed performance from the defender, Mosquera showed confidence in passion and handled Coventry City's attacking threat very well. There were a couple of moments where Coventry found opportunities late in the match, but overall, this was a strong display. So, it was such a performance from Christian Mosquera, and according to my ratings, I give him 8 out of 10. Christian Mosquera, 8 out of 10. So let's go to the next. Gabriel Magalhaes, Big Gabi. Magalhaes brought his usual physicality and aggression to the defense. He won important challenges and helped Arsenal maintain control. He did receive a yellow card, so there were moments when he had to manage his aggression. Magalhaes, without Magalhaes in that team, Magalhaes and Saliba, at least there must be one for Arsenal to perform well and to keep clean sheets. But the way Mosquera and Nkapie are gaining momentum, even when Mosquera and Nkapie are played, Mosquera, if you start in Calafiori, Mosquera, Nkapie, then Ben White or Julian Timber, Arsenal can still perform to the highest level, but not to the stage, not to the level of a game having Saliba and Magalhaes, or one of them. Look at yesterday's game. It was as if Saliba was there. Christian Mosquera occupied that space. He covered in that space very well. very, very well, simply because there was a cover from Gabriel Magalhaes. So, according to my ratings, I give Gabriel Magalhaes 7 out of 10. How about Ricardo Calafiori? Wow, with an assist. So one of the most impressive players. Calafiori provided an assist for Havertz opener, and constantly offered an attacking option from the left. He plays like a winger. He's an overlapping wing defender. Let me say, he's an overlapping defender. You find Calafiori is waiting for the ball from in front. When Arsenal have pushed their opponents across the center line, you find that Calafiori pushes himself in front there. He goes and sometimes you find him on the left wing, sometimes around the middle area. That's why at times he scores goals and gives in assists. So I want to congratulate, I want to appreciate whoever that spotted this guy from whichever team he came from. But according to sports analysis, the ability of Mosquera to move forward, of Calafiori to move forward while still contributing defensively, gives Arteta another dimension. This guy can even play as a winger, a left winger. So, but I give him 8 out of 10. Then Miles Lewis-Kelly, another impressive performance from the young Arsenal star. Lewis-Kelly showed confidence, energy and tactical qualities in midfield. He was comfortably receiving the ball under pressure and helped Arsenal control the mid of the pitch. Wow. Miles Kelly. That's why teams like Chelsea and Manchester United came in for him. They wanted to buy him, but of course Arsenal said no. They had seen what they had seen, the quality of the young lad from academy. So, but I give him 8 out of 10. Declan Rice. Rice was excellent in midfield. He helped Arsenal win possession, move the ball forward quickly, and maintain the control of the game. He didn't need to produce spectacular movements because his potential discipline allowed Arsenal's attacking players to express themselves. I want to give him 8 out of 10 as well. So Martin Odegaard, our player of the match. He was the player of the match, and in Black Maggot Media I give him player of the match as well. If there were about 2 players of the match, the next one I would pick would be Christos Zolis as the next man of the match. But of course the captain himself, Martin Odegaard, was the man of the match. So the Arsenal captain looked back to his best, and Odegaard was constantly involved in Arsenal's attacking combinations, linked midfield with attack, and capped his performance with Arsenal's 3rd goal. His influence was exactly what Arsenal supporters expect from the captain. This is what we expect from Martin Odegaard. You know, there reached time when there was even a debate of selling this guy. Fans speak. Fans were like, why not to sell Odegaard? Then we buy someone better, like Mika Götze, who has gone to Paris Saint-Germain, and the other players like Musiala, So I want to give him 9 out of 10. He was spectacular. He was outstanding. Then Bukayo Saka, he looked sharp. His goal was reward from his attacking movements and determination, and he remained a constant threat on the right. The relationship between Saka, Odegaard and Ben White once again looked extremely dangerous. That's what I've been telling you. Therefore, when these guys are playing 3 of them, they have a very good formation and they know how to work with each other. You find after Ben White has given a pass to Saka, he runs forward and Saka gives it to Ben White. And then Ben White can cross a diagonal pass to Martin Odegaard. And the rest continues. So, Bukayo Saka, I give him 8.5 out of 10. Then Christos Zolis, the new signing himself. This is a Premier League new threat. What a Premier League debut for Christos Zolis in his first Premier League game. Christos Zolis immediately looked dangerous on the left, showing pace, confidence and creativity. He played an important role in Arsenal's attacking moves and was heavily involved in the build-up to the early goals. Several reports highlighted his impressive debut. This guy doesn't just wait for balls from the left wing. There is when he came in. Of course, there is when Ben White was a bit behind. Martin Odegaard had the ball, and Bukayo Saka had gone a bit in the middle. Do you know that this Christos Zolis was the other side of Bukayo Saka asking for the ball? He moved from the left wing up to the right wing. What does this teach us? This guy is very versatile. He can play all the front numbers. You can play him as a striker. These are the new things we get to learn from this guy. So, but all in all, I want to give him 8.5 out of 10. Kai Havertz, the goal scorer, he scored the first goal, 8 out of 10. And there are some lessons, biggest takeaways from this game, or biggest lessons we learned from this game. Number 1, Arsenal look ready to defend their title. 2, Odegaard is extremely important. When the captain is controlling the game at his level, Arsenal become much more dangerous. And number 3, Christos Zolis has immediately given Arsenal another attacking option. His pace, creativity could become a major weapon for Arteta. Because of the performance of Christos Zolis, we may no longer regret as to why Arsenal may no longer regret as to why Leandro Trossard was sold off, because I brought you an update about Christos Zolis. Here we go about Christos Zolis. I told you whom he is and what we talked about his profile in the previous videos. So Christos Zolis is an upgrade of both Martinelli and Leandro Trossard. So Arsenal have depth. That is the fourth thing that we learned from here. So Arsenal's 3 win to Coventry City teaches us that Arsenal are prepared to defend their trophy. The champions are back and they mean business. And the standout performers were Bukayo Saka, Odegaard, Christos Zolis, Calafiori, Rice and Lewis Skelly. Those were the best players in that game. So this has been Black Maggot Media, the heartbeat of the game. If you enjoyed this podcast match review, hit the like button, subscribe to Black Maggot Media, turn on the notification and share this podcast with another Arsenal supporter. Until next time, keep supporting the Gunners, keep following the football, and remember, this is where the game beats. This is Black Maggot Media. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we in the building. Let's get it.